Hey beauties, good evening to you. I saw an article, I don't know when it came out, where Minister or Dr. Christopher Tufton said that young boys need to be groomed as leaders. And let me tell you, I felt good by the caption, to be honest, because we're living in a day and age today where our men or boys especially are being emasculated in one form or another. Their true leadership that God had created them to be is taken away, it's been siphoned off from them, it is snatched away. The enemy has found a way to cripple the leadership possibility and prowess that can be had in our men. Our men are not men these days. Our men, unfortunately, not everyone, but quite a number of them, they are quite abusive, narcissistic, and filled with pride. They're not taught to be men of integrity, men who are courageous, who are bold, who, like David, they can be considered men after God's own heart, who treat women with respect and dignity and honor. In the book of Peter, I think it's 1 Peter chapter 3, Peter says, husbands, be careful that you don't embitter, be careful that you're not harsh, coarse, rough, abusive with your wives, because your prayers will be hindered. Sometimes men wonder why their prayers are not going anywhere. They're bouncing all over the place, but being answered by God. Check how you treat women. Check how you treat your wives. Check how you treat women in general, because we are part of the vulnerable group. So when you treat us difficult, we have to have a protector. We have to have a bodyguard, and our bodyguard is Christ Jesus, the best bodyguard ever. A great leader is one who is courageous, who is bold, who is humble, but know when to be a lion, when know to be an eagle. Know how to stand alone. When you see wrong, you stand against it. Even if you're the only one standing and you could look foolish, because one day people will join you. How do you think Nelson Mandela and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. became great, and others? You think they became great because they kaka with people and a skin off them teeth with people like that? Or people just have them, they can't get to unearth, to blossom into the true leaders? When we think of, for example, some pastors and so on, that they're controlled by the congregation, those, the owners of the means of production, let me call it, those with money, those with wealth, and they tell them basically what to do, and they're afraid to lose them because they feel they won't get the offering, or their names, they get some sort of bargain, or, some benefit. So even if they have to shaft and embarrass other people who don't, who are just a little pleb in their sight, they will do it because they were not trained, they were not taught succinctly, sweetly, systematically how to be solid leaders. I agree with him. One of the sad realities is that when you look in the prison system across the world, you have far more men being imprisoned than women. God's made men to be the head of the homes, not to control or to be dictatorial, because it's two leaders. Women help. You ever notice with men? You say if a woman loves you and she genuinely cares for you and cares about you, and you live here and life is good, and you say, I'm going to take a chance and go to Timbuktu. You say if that woman respects you and she feels that you're really going to make your life better, she will go with you. She will go with you. She will go with you to the ends of the earth. It's not usually the other way around, because how you are wired a little differently. I can't even say because you guys are wicked and you don't love it. Not necessarily so. You guys are wired differently. The left side of the brain, you guys use a little bit more. It doesn't mean that you don't use emotions. So stop this thing about men are not emotional. If you don't have emotions, you're dead. You're a log. You're not a human being. The soul is a composite of the mind, the will, and emotion. So we need to stop this folly and this nonsense that men are not emotional. You're mixing up, getting in a frenzy and, losing control and not using emotional intelligence in some sense with being emotional. We're all emotional. It's just that some of us are not emotionally intelligent as some are. So there's a difference there, but we're all emotional. Men will not necessarily do that because in their minds, they need to see that things are in place, that they can be the protector, the provider for their families. So they may not necessarily go if they can't see where, if I go to Timbuktu with my wife, how it will be beneficial. So sometimes they're wired a little bit differently. I realize that now. But the prisons are filled with too many men. The New Testament, Saul was a man who, if you check history, really killed quite a number of Christians, and God transformed him. So some of these prison system and jail system, they can reform these men. They can be rehabilitated. The right intervention, you cannot even believe it was the same men, same boys who were imprisoned. They're even better than the ones who have never been inside. When they get the right intervention, divine intervention, even. So I agree with Dr. Tufton. Young boys need to be trained to be leaders. What is happening is that men need something to do. So when they don't have anything to do, the devil will find time for them quicker than the woman. So they come the easy thing, chop, scam, thief, join a gang. Sometimes they're forced to join these gangs, And if they don't do it, they will hear that their friends and their families, including them, will be annihilated. So sometimes I don't want the police to be quick to kill them out, or because sometimes they're forced. They just need the right intervention, including or predominantly the divine intervention, with the right people surrounding them. When these people get the right mentors, male mentors, oh my God. It's like some David, some Josephs, the 3 Hebrew boys, Daniel, you name them, would be on the land. Men need to be taught how to treat women with respect and honor, to care about children, to be humble, to be courageous, to be bold, to be assertive, to be kind, to be helpful, to be a servant. And when I say servant, I'm not saying subservient, to be ambitious, to be talented, to be gifted. Our boys are emasculated. Sometimes when I see how our boys are, even their behavior, their mannerism, it breaks my heart. Like I'm saying, I just love to see the beauty of male, female, masculine, feminine, the difference. When you look at a man, I just like seeing the masculine. When I look at a female, I like seeing the femininity. I just love it. I think that's one of the blessings and blisses of God. It's beautiful. Just like a man, when he looks on a woman, and he sees her femininity, he's turned on, he's stimulated, vice versa. When we look and we see a masculine man, oh God, woo, Lord have his mercy. Ah! Do you know how beautiful it is? That's a blessing. It's like somebody just give you £1 million sterling. Yes, that's so beautiful. I think it's one of the beautiful things God made when he made man and woman, masculinity and femininity. And you guys want to take that away? Even if you decide that you want to live another life, don't take that away. Oh my God, you wouldn't understand how stimulating it is. And it doesn't mean that we want you. We're coming at you sexually for the woman that is. It's just nice seeing that. It's beautiful seeing that. It's just blissful. Just like how you look and see beautiful flowers. It's beautiful seeing a beautiful man, a handsome man, a stately man, a valiant man. Oh my God, a masculine man. That's just a man, and robust. And when you see the beauty, the feminine woman, gentle and sweet, but know when to be strong, know when to be courageous, know when to help her man, support her man. And he protects her and cares about her, and let not even a mosquito hurt her. Oh my God. You want that breeds blessings. Our young boys need mentorship, Dr. Tufton. They need some mentors in their lives, because they're potentially good people. All of us, we were born from a woman with man's contribution. So there is a potential. Get some of them rehabilitated that are in the jail and the prison cells. Get some of them rehabilitated. Some of the ones outside needs rehabilitation too. But you have to start from there early. It's like they're saying, the best thing, if you want to live a long life, a healthy life, expose your children to healthy eating from their young. When them big and tough and hard staring, if they want to go eat up a bad food, for them business that. But when them little bit, because hardly likely you'll find them dying of some diseases, illnesses and so on. The guys need mentors. They need mentors. They need people to guide them. The older men guiding the younger men, not predators, mentors. The same with women, not predators, mentors. I really hope this, I pray this for our men and women too. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.